All right, it's Ron Goodall, FightHype.com. I'm here with the former IBF super middleweight and one of the best super middleweights in the world, Caleb Plant. How's it going?
Man, going good. Just came home from, got done at the gym, shot over here because I knew, Jordan was going to be over here doing her thing. So, good turnout.
First thing I got to say is your family is definitely going to be boxing legacy, right? It's pretty cool that world champion on one side and your wife Jordan is doing her thing back on the big screen.
Yeah.
The whole household is boxing, right?
Yeah, my daddy obviously, and then, Jordan, she got a big love for boxing. Like you said, just boxing family is really, damn near all we talk about, so.
It's really cool because you guys always been supportive of each other. Jordan's been extremely supportive of you in your boxing career. Right now, you're kind of always in the gym, but now it's cool kind of seeing you kind of supporting Jordan at these big fights without anyone getting punched, right?
Yeah. No, like you said, she's always been supportive in the gym, making sure I got everything I need, and on top of everything. So it's easy to support, someone who's doing everything they can to get where they're going. So,
mentioning support. I know you've been extremely supportive of all fighters. You went on Twitter already and spoke a little bit about how critical is to support and understand fighters. I know Devin took a big loss Saturday. What's just your thoughts on it?
Well, just my thoughts on, the fans in general. It's like, how many games did their favorite football team lose this season? Or how many games did their favorite basketball team, lose this season? And, it's one thing to be undefeated when you're not fighting nobody, but, when you continuously fight the best, eventually you probably more than likely are going to come up short. And that just because you do that doesn't mean that you're not a great fighter. I mean, kind of how I said on Twitter, I'm sure you've seen, Roberto Duran got knocked out and fell face first.
Yeah.
Against Sugar Ray Leonard, he quit in the middle of the ring. I mean, and going on to lose like 16 fights. Lost to Robbie Sims, Pat Lawyer, the list goes on. So it's like he's still one of my all-time greats, if you ask me. So I think the fans they have the wrong perspective on stuff. So just trying to clear some of that up on social media, but you can't do that with everybody. They're not going to learn. They won't listen. And as far as Devin, he's a great fighter. He'll bounce back. He's got a good team around him. Vanessa, James, the whole rest of his team. He's got a dad who cares and loves for him. And so he'll be back. He just got to take some time, rest up a little bit, and get back in the gym. It's part of it.
Do you feel, I know that Devin and Bill agreed to sign the fight after the weight missing, but does that actually matter in the boxing world? I mean, asking you because a lot of fans seem to disregard the 3.2 pounds. So.
Yeah, I think people will disregard the weight and then bring up the fact that Devin is usually bigger than the guys that he fought. And, they might have a point to that, but where you draw the line and you no longer have a point is Devin's always made weight, and that's important. And it's not the first 10, 15 pounds you got to lose that's hard. It's the last 3. That's the hardest part. And it could have been a difference maker, but who knows? And I think Devin even said that. Who knows? So, but it'd be cool to see him running back and both make 140 because it was a hell of a fight. What you think of the fight?
I mean, outside of the knockdowns, it was very competitive. I thought Ryan clearly won the fight. But in between the rounds that Ryan wasn't hurting Devin, I thought Devin was slowly edging back in, and then he started getting knocked down, and so it was.
Yeah. I thought it was a great fight too. I thought it was close. I thought it was real close, but still a hell of a fight, and great night for boxing. So why not run it back and give another great night?
My last couple questions on it, it's just in regards to some of the fans. Again, they've been very critical on the idea of. Because he lost, they always say, hey, first thing, change your trainer, it's your dad, yada, yada. Do you think those are harsh things that fans just jump right to that conclusion just to say, hey?
Fans can jump to whatever conclusion they want, but at the end of the day, that's a decision that Devin has to make. I don't know. I can't say what's best for Devin. Devin's got to figure out what's best for Devin and his team, and I'm sure they will. And so, again, he just got to rest up, get back in the gym, get back to work, and then we're going to be able to tell, now's your chance. It's an opportunity to show how great you really are, and that's bouncing back from, a loss, and that's a blessing. So,
especially when the whole world's watching, and I know that you can understand the pressures of big fights, and I know that Bill right now is kind of taking a lot of the heat for Devin on social media, and I know Floyd and him kind of went back and forth. And is that just normal for just a father to just come out and just take those type of criticism, or you think it's just better to just lay low, kind of leave the social media alone? And
who knows? Maybe Bill's stepping out because he wants to take, the blunt of the criticism, and as a father, you can't really blame him for that, I guess. But everybody does things differently. My dad's more of a in the background. People don't really hear him talk too much. He don't like to say too much. But that doesn't mean that's the only way. So I think Bill's a great dad, great father, done a great job with his son, and blessed to have a dad like him in his life. So.
And my last set of questions with you is. There's been some shakeups yesterday. It looked like Turkey Al-Sheikh came in. There was some PBC fighters over there that fought on the PBC platform, like a David Morrell is over there, and Terrence Crawford is over there. I mean, what's your thoughts on maybe collaborating or working with fighters on different platforms over there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in a big fight, so whatever makes sense. I'll get with Al, I'll get with Luis, my manager, and if they're interested. And, everything makes sense for us to venture out and make big fights happen regardless of where they land. You know me.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe some money could be thrown for a Jamal Charlo or Caleb Plant fight to be material.
Yeah. Jamal Charlo, Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah.
Any of those guys.
You think Edgar would fight you, though? I mean, they kind of moving towards what would be a Canelo fight. So, I mean, it's very risky. I mean,
yeah, it's more than risky. Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
well, look, I appreciate the time, Caleb. As always, any last message to the fans and social media?
Appreciate the love, appreciate the support. Stay tuned.
Awesome. Thanks, Caleb.